Anything you'd like to say about your fish at the moment? Hey y'all, I'm Rylan. Welcome to my channel. I'm here starting a new reading vlog for one of my most anticipated reads of 2025. This is a very popular book right now, but I thought I would vlog my time reading it for two reasons. One, I had a couple people ask if I would be willing to vlog this book because they are very curious to know my thoughts on it after reading it themselves. But also, this is a book, as you can tell by the title and or thumbnail, that is very popular right now, but also has not great ratings on Goodreads. As of right now, when I am filming this intro, it has over 20,000 ratings and reviews already, but it has a 3.42 star rating, which is very average, especially for Riley Sager, I feel. I have not seen a book by his with a rating that low before. This is the lowest rated book on my August TBR personally, so I thought I'd go ahead and vlog it, and we're gonna see where my thoughts land in comparison to the masses, in comparison to how other people are feeling about this one, and we are going to see what happens. I have read every single book by Riley Sager. He is one of the only, if not the only author that I can say that about, that I've read all of his books. So obviously I want to pick up this one. This is his newest release. It came out in June of 2025, and I have been meaning to pick it up since it came out. Was waiting for Book of the Month to do it. They did not grab it, so I just bought a copy on my own. We're reading in the month of August. We're gonna have a great time with it. With his books, I typically go in knowing absolutely nothing, so I have no idea what any intro synopsis to this is, have no idea what is going to happen, the timeline of it, the setting, anything like that. So I will share that in my first update for this book. I'll probably do a few updates while reading it to give y'all my in real-time thoughts, but we're gonna see what happens. I'm very nervous about this one after hearing people that I know read it and not love it, and just after seeing the very average ratings on Goodreads, especially for a book by Riley Sager. So we're gonna start it today. I am very excited, I'm very nervous about it, but I'll hop in here soon with an update to give y'all a synopsis and my first thoughts on the introduction to this one.
Do you remember how you held me then? Now you got me reaching out.
New favorite spot for vlog updates? I think so. I love sitting at my desk and chatting with y'all. I'm here to do my first update for With a Vengeance. As of last night, I reached about the 30% mark, so I thought it would be a great time to jump in and update y'all. As of right now, I don't quite see why everyone is hating on this book, and that terrifies me because I have eaten up the first 100 pages, and I feel like it could only get better from here, but I'm afraid just based off people's opinions on this one, it might get worse from here. I'm just going to try not to think about it too hard. We're just here for the ride. I'm having the best time, and I cannot wait to see what happens. To give a quick synopsis about this one, because I had no idea what this one was about. This is more of a historical thriller, I would say, compared to most of his other books, although there are several books that he has written that have like historical elements in them. But this takes place in 1954 about a woman whose name is Anna, and she has been gathering information for years about the people who are responsible for her family's death. 12 years before this main storyline takes place, Anna's family was destroyed. She had multiple family members who died, including her father and her brother, and she is convinced that a group of people is responsible for their murders, for their deaths, and she is now ready to get revenge after finding all of the proof that she needed to get her retribution. And she has come up with this huge plot to get these 6 people, I believe, who are involved. 6 or 7 people. She cooked up a scheme to get these 6 people involved in her family's deaths to this train that is making a one-way trip from Philadelphia to Chicago with no stops in between. So currently we are all on this train, we are all trapped. the 6 people who are in trouble essentially are aware that Anna is behind this trip. They are aware that they are now locked and trapped on this train with no stops, no way to get off. Right now we are just learning more about them, how they were responsible for Anna's family's demise, and what Anna's real intentions are with having them all on this train. It very much gives Murder on the Orient Express vibes, and I was afraid when I first started this one that it might be like a ripoff of that book, and maybe that's why people were hating it. But they already all know that they are involved somehow. They are all aware. Anna's aware that they are all involved in the murder of her family, and I'll be curious to see how we twist things from there and how we create this very intense plot where things keep being uncovered, because right now it seems like we're kind of already aware of who's behind the murders, why Anna's on the train, why these people are on the train, what's going to happen when they get off the train, and all these things. But she's convinced that she's not trying to kill anybody herself. So we'll see what ends up happening, but so far I am hooked. It has been a very quick and easy read to get into. I did get the audiobook on Spotify because it was available, and I have been listening to it. I'm hoping to binge a good chunk of it today before Bradley gets home, but we'll see. I need to go do some housework, but a book like this with an audio is so easy to listen to while moving around the house, while getting stuff done, so I do plan to do that. But so far I'm hooked. Will this be a favorite by Riley Sager? I have no idea yet, but so far it definitely holds the potential, and I cannot wait to see where it goes.
And do you see you got me falling in more times than I can get out. Down in the deep of my mind, I crawl for you and you're always inside. Down in the deep of my mind, I wonder what I got to keep you. Down in the deep of my mind, I crawl for you and you're always inside. Down in the deep of my mind, trying so hard not to keep you.
It's only been a few hours since my last updates, but as I was cleaning and doing some other things around the house, I reached the 2/3 mark in With a Vengeance, and the stakes are getting higher. We have been introduced to one new character who somehow found his way onto this train, claimed that it was an accident, he hopped on the wrong train, that he was supposed to be going to Baltimore and not Chicago, and now all of Anna's plans have shifted with this arrival of a new person. This very much does give Murder on the Orient Express vibes, but very different at the same time, because all the people in this train are aware that they have played a role in murders in the past. There are people who are dying on this train now. We are up to 2 bodies that have been discovered in the span of 200 pages since the train has left the station, and I believe we still have at least 6 hours left to go before the train reaches Chicago, and allegedly the FBI is waiting there to capture all these people on the train and take them to prison and put them in trial for what they did to Anna's family 12 years prior. I really have no idea what to expect in terms of plot twists. There have been hints about one of the characters maybe being behind the murders, but otherwise I really don't know what to expect. I feel like there will be more deaths before the train ride is over, before the train makes it to Chicago, but really I don't know how to think the book will end. I'm not thinking that hard about it. I'm genuinely just hooked in the moment and hooked on all these characters that we're following. A lot of them have their secrets, a lot of them have their pasts and are not super likable, but it is kind of fun to rotate between all those POVs of the people who are on this train, some of whom have ulterior motives for being there beyond what Anna has brought them all together for. So I'm still very much enjoying it. Again, like I probably said in my first update, that means that something bad could be happening that ends up ruining the book for me based off all the other ratings, but maybe I'm thinking too negatively. I'm just enjoying the ride right now, and hopefully I end up loving it. The next time I hop in here, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up the book. I'm anticipating giving this one 4 or 5 stars though as of right now. I need to put all those not great reviews out of my head and just hang on for dear life, because this one is getting really, really good, and I am so excited to see how it ends. Do you have anything you'd like to say about your fish at the moment?
Oh, is this like what I'm putting in the vlog?
I don't know.
I get to have a full-blown presentation. I think I deserve a full-blown presentation.
This is just a clip. Thank you so much for the content. This book sort of feels like a fever dream, and I don't really know how to feel after finishing it last night. But after thinking about it for a little bit, after waking up and moving on with my morning today, I have decided to go ahead and give this one 4 stars. It was probably the most chaotic book I have read in a hot minute, but I also kind of loved it, and I would say that I kept up pretty well with all the chaos that was happening within this plot. Every time you think you know what happens and who murdered who on this train, the plot gets shifted around, we find out more information, and the truth comes to light. This is not just like a simple mystery where there's one whodunit, where there's one body. There is chaos, and that will be my focus word for this book. Chaos throughout this entire book. There are multiple people who have vendettas against the people on this train. People are attacking each other. People are trying to get their own revenge. They have their own secrets. They have their motives for being on this train and for doing what they are doing. And I can definitely see why people are not vibing with this one as much. I feel as though it is probably Riley Sager's most complicated book, just in terms of the plot line, the POVs that we follow, the setting, and all those things, because I feel like when you have a locked door, a locked room mystery, when you have an isolated setting like this, you have to be able to create a plot, of course, that's going to be interesting, that's going to keep readers engaged, and this very much happened in With a Vengeance. It was truly, truly chaotic, but there was never a moment where I wanted to put the book down, where I was bored, where I was not interested in what was going on, and I do have to give Riley Sager props for that. So I think that I am probably in the more unpopular opinion camp in the fact that I am giving this one 4 stars. It was truly, truly a fever dream looking back on it. There's so much that goes on. I don't think I could explain the plot of the book super well in the end if you asked me for a full synopsis from beginning to end with all the plot twists and everything like that. But was I here for the ride? Yes. Was I hooked on the storyline? Also yes. The rotating POVs were fun and different for Sager, I think. I don't remember any other books where he's had so many POVs in a single plot. Were the twists crazy? Yes. Were they surprising? Also yes. There was never a moment in this one where I knew what to expect, where I guessed correctly what the plot twist was going to be. And I just think that's a testament of what a fun and exciting thriller is. So unpopular opinion for me, but I'm giving this one 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. Is it my favorite book by Sager? No, but is definitely in the upper half of my personal ranking of his books, and I am very happy about that. It feels good to officially be caught up on his books again. Not that I fell that far behind. It was just a couple months of this one already being out before I picked it up, but it does feel good to have one author on my shelves that I can say I have read every single book by them. So 4 stars to Riley Sager. I had a great time with it. I will have all the content warnings for this one in the description down below if you're interested in checking those out. I'd recommend this 100% if you liked isolated settings, locked door mysteries, plot twists galore, and just not really ever knowing the truth until you get to the very, very, very end. I personally, however, am very glad that I picked it up finally, as this was one of my 2025 most anticipated reads. Also, if you have already read this one, I want to hear what your thoughts are on the book, so feel free to comment down below and let me know. I can totally see why the ratings on this one are so mixed, and I want to hear what your thoughts were when you read it. If you're not interested in checking this one out because of this video, make sure to also comment down below and let me know. I loved it, and I hope you do as well. But that's all that I have for today's quick little reading vlog. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.